How to be consistent, a simple secret to personal development. The secret to success, whether it be in one's professional or personal life, is consistency. However, there is a significant gap between having knowledge of something in theory and being able to successfully apply that knowledge in reality. It can be challenging to maintain consistency and stay on top of things when our everyday lives are packed with a variety of distractions and diverse priorities. It is difficult, but it is not impossible. Here are 6 suggestions to help you become more consistent. Number 1. Determine what you want to accomplish. To maintain a higher level of consistency, it is necessary to establish distinct objectives that you intend to strive towards. A notebook or a piece of paper can be used to make a list of all of them as a starting point. The next step is to assess those objectives and make an effort to devise a strategy that will allow you to accomplish them most effectively. If you find that this does not work, you can try one of the many different approaches and strategies that are available for goal setting. You may, for instance, give the SMART technique of goal setting a go. This approach is typically utilized for the management of projects and businesses, as well as for personal growth. You will be able to establish crystal clear objectives and improve the likelihood of accomplishing them if you use this strategy. Using the SMART approach, you should begin by doing the following. Establish a goal that is not just well-defined, but also focused on the specifics of the situation. Make sure that the objective you establish can be measured, and make sure that it is measurable. To verify that the objective you have set out to achieve is genuinely attainable, take into consideration all of your capabilities, resources, and constraints. Be careful not to underrate your capabilities, but also avoid deviating from the truth. The aim that you are attempting to achieve ought to be substantial, pertinent, and by the fundamental principles and objectives that you have set for yourself. The objective should be time-bound, and you should establish a precise deadline for achieving it to motivate yourself to become more consistent. By doing so, you will instill a sense of urgency and be able to maintain your course of action. Number 2. Acquire the skills necessary to prioritize. There are instances when our inability to prioritize is the factor that prevents us from being consistent. It may be challenging to maintain consistency when you are juggling several different duties, whether they are related to work or personal obligations, all of which are competing for your attention at the same time. It is possible to improve your mental state by learning how to prioritize, which will also make it simpler for you to deal with several tasks at the same time and ultimately help you become more consistent. Prioritization can be accomplished in a variety of ways and through a variety of approaches. Starting with a straightforward to-do list in which you jot down all of your responsibilities and duties, and then begin crossing them off one by one is a good place to begin. If this does not work, you can try one of the many different methods of prioritization until you find the one that is most suitable for your specific requirements and preferences. For instance, the Eisenhower technique, which was developed by Dwight D. Eisenhower, the President of the United States of America. To begin, you need to divide all of your jobs into 4 distinct categories so that you may organize them according to their level of importance and amount of urgency. First category, jobs that are both urgent and important. These are things that you ought to perform right away. The second category consists of jobs that are not urgent, but are nevertheless significant. It is recommended that you postpone these until a later time. Tasks that are urgent but not particularly significant fall into the third category. Do your best to delegate these. The fourth category consists of unimportant and non-urgent jobs. Don't even bother to complete these. It is either necessary to get rid of them or to put them off indefinitely. Attempting the ABCDE strategy, which is another method that is frequently used for prioritizing, is something that you may do. Here is how it operates. Create a list of all of the things you need to do. Each of your duties should be assigned a letter in the order of their priority, with A being the highest priority, B being an average priority, C being a low priority, and so on. Commence working on your assignments by the letter grades that you have assigned first. You should focus on the A's, then move on to the B's, and so on. 3. Always be sure to keep track of your progress. Learn how to be consistent by actively recording your progress on your chores, goals, duties, and so on. This is another essential component of learning how to be consistent. Number 4. Put a stop to distractions. Distractions, particularly if they occur frequently, have the potential to greatly impede your progress toward being more consistent throughout your trip. This is the reason why it is essential to make a concerted effort to get rid of or reduce the number of distractions. This is how you can accomplish that. Utilize a space that is solely yours. While you are working, you should neither switch off your phone or disable notifications. You should try to limit the amount of time you spend on social media sites or exploring the internet. Have a look at the various digital tools and applications that can assist you in maintaining a higher level of engagement. Utilize strategies for managing your time. Make a schedule for yourself and stick to it. Number 5. Keep a time record. A significant component of being consistent is being aware of the places and activities in which you spend your time. Additionally, in the context of work, this entails keeping track of the amount of time spent on each given activity. There is more than one way to accomplish this. The approach of using a pen and paper involves physically keeping track of the time and recording the results on a sheet of paper. Tracking time manually and recording the results in a spreadsheet is something that should be done using a conventional spreadsheet. Make use of project time tracking. Employ a digital program that will automatically track the time for you, and you will obtain data that are 100% correct. You can review the information you have gathered on the amount of time it takes you to do jobs to determine what is preventing you from being consistent after you have collected the information. Look for answers to questions, such as the following. What are the reasons for the length of time required to do this specific task? Is it possible to complete some duties more quickly? What kinds of technologies are available to me that would make the process of performing particular activities more efficient? Is the amount of difficulty in the task causing my consistency to decrease? Is it possible for me to increase my work consistency by improving my skills and making certain sets of duties easier to carry out? Number 6. Exhibit patience and be willing to forgive. Failure is an inevitable part of the process of becoming more consistent, and it will take place once you begin your path. It may present itself in the form of you failing to fulfill the deadlines that you have set for yourself, or it may result in you completely failing to reach the objective. In either scenario, it is essential to not give up, but rather to allow oneself sufficient time to work on another solution, to forgive yourself, to be patient, and to modify your thinking regarding failure. Instead of being afraid of unfavorable results, you should concentrate on your development and reframe failure as an opportunity to get better. The following is an excerpt from the book, Mindset: The New Psychology of Success, written by Carol Dweck, a well-known psychologist. In the fixed mindset, everything is about the result. The author writes, "You have thrown away everything if you are unsuccessful or if you are not the best." Individuals who have a growth mentality can value what they are doing regardless of the results of their efforts. Enjoying the content? Smash that like button, hit subscribe to join the community, and don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts.